EB-5 Investment Escrow Accounts – Best Practices and Benefits for Investors. The use of an escrow account to store investment funds has become a best practice in the EB-5 industry. Escrow agreements can result in a safer investment for EB-5 applicants and increased transparency. In this informative video, we explain the role of escrow agreements in the EB-5 program. First, let's go over the basics of the EB-5 investment process. How EB-5 investments are made. EB-5 visa applicants can immigrate to the United States in exchange for investing in a new commercial enterprise, or NCE. Any for-profit enterprise in the United States that has been created or restructured after November 29, 1990 qualifies as an NCE. After a foreign national invests in an NCE, they submit Form I-526 to United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. This petition demonstrates that a qualifying investment has been made in compliance with program regulations. In addition, USCIS requires NCEs to create at least 10 jobs per EB-5 investor. A job-creating entity, or JCE, is in charge of generating employment using EB-5 funding from the NCE. EB-5 applicants can choose between two investment models: direct investment and the EB-5 Regional Center program. In the direct investment model, EB-5 funding is injected into an NCE without third parties involved. On the other hand, the Regional Center model uses USCIS designated service agents known as regional centers to manage EB-5 funding across several projects. The latter is the most popular investment option. EB-5 projects in both investment types often store funds in an escrow account before releasing them into the NCE. What is an EB-5 escrow agreement? An escrow is a special kind of legal holding account that holds funds until specified contractual obligations are met. In the EB-5 industry, escrow agreements are made between an escrow agent, an EB-5 issuer, and each of the issuer's EB-5 investors. A regulated U.S. bank normally serves as the escrow agent and holds the investor's funds, while the issuer is a regional center or an entity controlled by the regional center. Before joining an EB-5 project, investors typically review and approve the escrow agreement as part of the subscription documentation. Escrow agreements dictate how the EB-5 capital will be stored in the escrow account and the conditions for it to be released into the NCE. There are three common release conditions in EB-5 escrow agreements. 1. The EB-5 investor has filed Form I-526 successfully and received a receipt notice from USCIS. 2. The entirety of the EB-5 capital has been provided in compliance with the subscription documentation. And 3. The regional center sponsoring the project is in good standing with USCIS. Once these conditions are met, the escrow agent releases the funds to the NCE. In turn, the NCE provides the funds to the JCE. It is important to note that the escrow agent has no control or knowledge of how the funds are used once they leave escrow. The NCE is solely responsible for injecting the EB-5 capital into the JCE. Benefits of escrow arrangements for EB-5 investors. To qualify for U.S. visas, EB-5 investors must comply with USCIS's at-risk requirement. In essence, this means that EB-5 investors can receive no guarantees that they will receive a return on their capital or that they will be able to immigrate successfully. All EB-5 funding must remain at risk until the investors receive their U.S. visas. Therefore, an investor's financial and immigration outcome is contingent on the EB-5 project's financial performance and compliance with USCIS regulations. Many aspects of EB-5 escrow agreements can significantly reduce investors' financial and immigration risks. First, most escrow agreements require that investors successfully file Form I-526 before the funds are released to the NCE. This release condition is important because USCIS asks EB-5 applicants to already have invested or be actively in the process of investing before submitting the I-526 petition. Second, the use of an escrow account ensures that the NCE has the necessary EB-5 funding at its disposal when the time comes to transfer capital to the JCE. USCIS will only approve an EB-5 visa application if the investor can demonstrate that 100% of the invested capital was injected into the JCE. To this end, escrow account records serve as useful supporting documentation for investors. Third, escrow agreements often require regional centers to be in good standing with USCIS as a condition to release the funds from escrow. If this is the case, EB-5 investors can be sure that the regional center handling their funds has been vetted and approved by USCIS. EB-5AN is pleased to offer transparent investment options that help EB-5 applicants immigrate to the United States with the lowest possible degree of risk. To learn more about our projects and escrow agreements, schedule a free meeting today.